what we think when we speak of Troika governance. No. Are we speaking of something abstract? Something coming from another planet? I don't think so. I think that when we speak about Troika governance, we speak about a new form of domination which has a long history. A history starting from Maastricht Treaty and starting from the German unification. Because if we look at the past 20 years, we see that all the institutional European construction with the different treaties of the last 20 years is a construction not simply taking the power of the national governments and giving the political power to supranational structures. National government, national executives played an important role, and this role was exalted by the last phase of the crisis management and the last phase of the Troika governance. Look at the three decision places of the Troika. Formally, the board of the European Central Bank is independent, but really all the members of the board are nominated by a negotiation between the national government. Look at the Commission. Of course, formally the Commission is an executive power of the European Union independent from the national governments, but the member of the European Commission are a product of the negotiation between national governments. And third of all, the European Council, of course, European Council is the intergovernmental place par excellence. And which is the role that the national governments play in this permanent game? Of course, the role is different. And if we look at the capitalistic model of accumulation of the last 20 years, which consolidated itself in Germany, we see that we can define a parasitarian role of capitalistic German accumulation in relation with the European market. So I think that we cannot say that the Troika governance is an autonomous exercise of power of a not well-defined finance capitalism on European scale. German capitalism and the German capitalistic elites, and especially the political form of the Grosse Koalition in this moment, play an important role. So, if we look at the situation described by the different intervention before, we see that the impoverishment, the precarization of work and life all over Europe, and in Germany also. Because when we are speaking about impoverishment, precarization, we are also speaking about Reformen. We are speaking about the new regulation of work market and welfare defined in the last years in the beginning of the 2000 by the Rot-Grün coalition. We are speaking about the last season of mini jobs. We are speaking about a changing of conditions, a worsening of condition also for a social composition in Germany. But we have to say that this is matter of an economic governance led by the board of the European Central Bank, but with an hegemonic role of the German government. If we want to change this situation, if, as you have written in the paper, in the call for Blockupy 2040, we have to say that we need more social conflicts in Germany. We need a stronger season of social struggles in Germany. Because if we don't have Klassenkämpfe in Deutschland, we cannot have any kind of radical transformation, radical change in the present situation in front we are. So I think that we need more marks in Frankfurt against the European Central Bank and perhaps some Lenin in Berlin against the Kanzlerei.